With the war over, radio entertainment added a new dimension for its listeners. WPTF expanded its services with the addition of FM radio. The development of an unparalleled sports network, high-fidelity music, and these personalities made WPTF the best-known, most loved station in eastern North Carolina.
From our studios here at WPTF, your communicators for the next half hour, yours truly, Sam Beard.
And Jim Reed.
And Carl Gertz. Throughout the day, you'll be hearing a lot from Rolling. Carl, you're on.
Thank you, Sam, and greetings to all of our listeners. It's a pleasure to tell you folks something about our capital city.
This is Harriet Presley, WPTF in Raleigh, North Carolina. Supermarkets have a definite place.
This is Phil Ellis in Raleigh, North Carolina. Monitor City of the Week. As the capital of its state, Raleigh has a problem deciding...
My name is Bill Jackson, and, well, I've logged a little over 17 years behind the microphones here at WPTF, and my partner on this show.
This is Jimmy Capps. With a nocturne we send as our best to you.
So here's to you.
The 60s ushered in another kind of excitement, the space age. With rapid strides, beginning with Commander Alan B. Shepard, Jr., America launched the first manned suborbital spaceflight. WPTF listeners were thrilled with the accomplishment. Adding one accomplishment after another, the decade ended with the successful landing of a spacecraft on the surface of the moon. U.S. astronaut Neil A. Armstrong became the first man to set foot onto the moon. And WPTF listeners, as well as all the world, heard him make this historic statement.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
As the 70s began, WPTF radio had achieved a maturity unsurpassed by radio broadcasting anywhere. Its great success can be attributed to the able leadership of Dick Mason, the station's general manager, and Graham Pointer, the program manager. The retirement of these two men in 1972 brought accolades from around the country. Governor Robert Scott had this to say about their combined service of more than 80 years in guiding WPTF into the giant it has become in the broadcasting industry.
And I'm sure that this station is going to continue to offer the quality of service to its listening area and to the broadcast industry that has been a hallmark of the company all these years.
But that's not the end of the WPTF story. Carl Venters, Jr., a talented, energetic young man with a sound background of radio management, joined the staff of WPTF as our new general manager. Under his leadership, WPTF continues to serve our listeners as a friend of the family. Through the worst of times, through the best of times, for all time, WPTF will be the pulse of the people it serves. Radio is here to stay. And here is Carl Venters, our general manager, with a few words regarding his philosophy for the future of WPTF.
We at Durham Life Broadcasting Service are proud to share these few highlights of the past 50 years as WPTF grew from a 500-watt infant into a 50,000-watt giant. It's a story that thousands of listeners and hundreds of performers have shared in during our first 50 years as a friend of the family. Whatever the future of WPTF, and its companion FM station WQDR, programming will represent the best interests of the millions of listeners in the WPTF community. Perhaps I can sum it up this way. WPTF is the voice that shares with its neighbors what it's like to be living the life of Raleigh.
You wake up in the morning, you see the rolling hills and the sunlight through the trees. And you know deep down inside you that living here in Raleigh is living